Welcome, race fans, to ETV's live flag-to-flag coverage of the official Friday night B-Car Showdown, where tonight we're covering top split action under the lights at Iowa Speedway. Short track racing. It's about a 9/10 of a mile, 7/8 of a mile. I know it's going to be a wild action. You got a top group that works, you got a bottom group that works, but it's a little shaky coming out, so we're going to have to see how the boys got them all worked out tonight. Let's take a quick look back to last week where we had it. I think, man, candidate for Pass of the Year, Win of the Year, when Michael Valentine stole the win away last week at Chicagoland Speedway. That was an outstanding race, second split action. 2 weeks ago, it was these guys, the top split guys, rather, at Richmond. In a rough and tumble race, seen a lot of cautions, but another first-time winner with Jared Crawford taking the win 2 weeks ago. So that's what we got going on the last couple of weeks. Again, tonight we're going to be in Iowa Speedway for short track racing once again for the top split guys. Let's take a look now back to the let's take a look at the official iRacing standings. These are the standings of the guys in the official iRacing services and the ETV points. So let's take a quick peek at those real quick. Show you how they line up. iRacing is halfway through its season here. They've completed be 7 weeks after this week's over out of 12. And up front, you got Jason Carvillage out there leading the way with a commanding lead over the closest competitors, Brad Mahar, Brandon Schmidt. Then you got David Cater in fourth, Kevin Dancer in fifth, Brian Macklin in sixth, Brandon Butchberger back there in seventh, Byron Daly in eighth, Matt Witten in ninth, and round out your top 10 is Armando Vargas. He's no stranger, Armando Vargas, to these Friday night official showdown races. In fact, he's looking good in the ETV standings. Let's go ahead and take a pick over at those now. Your top split point standings for the ETV Friday Night Showdown. And up front, you got Jeffrey Parker leading the way with 109 points. And just mentioned Armando Vargas, man, in second place, right behind him, just 2 points back. You got David Cater sitting there in third, EJ O'Rourke in fourth. Those are the guys who've run every race so far in this top split Friday Night Showdown. 3 races started. Jason Carvillage back there in round out your top 5. Brad Mahar, Sam Edwards, David Comstock, Ronnie Royal, and Matthew Largan are going to round out your top 10. And that's your Friday night official B-Car top split standings as we roll into action tonight. Getting ready to get in the server. Got my partner, the big mouth David Bass, with me as always, as well as got a newcomer to the booth tonight. We got the boss, Brandon Atkinson. He's going to be down there eavesdropping on radio traffic and calling the pit action. So looking forward to that. Getting ready to load in the server now. See who we got. DB, what do you think, man? Short track racing under the lights 2 weeks ago, it was violent. And I'm getting some technical difficulty. Sounds like maybe our partner doesn't have the racetrack. So he's not going to be able to watch us, unfortunately. Let's kick it over to the boss, man. It sounds like he's actually making a transaction. So iRacing, my partner, he's actually buying the track to do this race right now. So attaboy to him. Sure, iRacing likes to hear that. Kick it over to the boss, man, Brandon Atkinson, man. What do you expect to see tonight?
Well, we're definitely going to see some close racing. So a lot of two-wider racing. I think we're going to see a lot of people dive bombing. I think there's going to be a lot of really good close racing.
Oh, technical difficulty. Sorry to cut you off there. I got moved and didn't know it. All kinds of craziness in the pre-race tonight, fans. Okay, so I'm not sure what was said right there because I got moved out of the room, but I'm sure he said it's going to be some pretty crazy racing. There's going to be some bumpers going on, some side-by-side racing, maybe even some three-wide carnage. If I had to guess, I think we're going to see all of that tonight and more. Loading in the server now. Still don't see who we got in here, but I would assume Jeffrey Parker and Armando Vargas, you could probably count on those two guys being here since it's your first and second in points. I think you can count on them being here for sure. Brandon, have you made it in the server yet? Do you see who we got on the track?
Yeah, we got Brian Daly, Brandon Schmidt, Jared Crawford, Del Mears, Thomas D. Smith, a bunch of the good guys in here.
Sounds like the big dogs come out to hunt tonight for sure. A lot of big names out there. It usually is Friday night official B-Car Showdown. It's come quite a little bit of a hit, man. A lot of guys been signing up at this time of night, and I've been hearing these top splits have been getting pretty crazy. I've missed the race 2 weeks ago at Richmond. Myself didn't actually get a chance to see it, so I think you're going to see a real big field here. I'm looking now. It looks like we got 24 cars. 24 cars going to start the race tonight. Almost every driver in Division 1 Irish. So, yeah, the big dogs are out tonight for sure. And on pole is going to be 2 weeks ago's winner, the last top split winner, Jared Crawford, the number 3 car tonight. He's going to start on the pole tonight. So here at ATV, we've never seen back-to-back winner, or no, excuse me, not back-to-back, but two-time winners. We've never seen somebody win 2 races here at ATV. It's been a different winner in every race we've covered. Maybe tonight's the night, as Jared Crawford's definitely in position to give it a go. What do you think, DB?
Well, I absolutely think that he stands a chance. A lot of these guys out here are really good. Multiple race winners in the official series. I think we've just been fortunate, to be quite honest, Jesse, that we've not had two-time winners. So it's going to be interesting to see if somebody does pull it off. And starting up front definitely gives him the best chance at this point.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Track position, a track like this is going to be key. I mean, the top line can work. Sometimes even better than the bottom line, depending on where you're at in a tire and the way your car's set up. But this is a tough track. You got to work for your passes a lot of times, especially once you get into a tire run. At least that's what I've seen throughout the week. Watching races, it seems like it's definitely a tough go getting by guys, man. So this is going to be good. They're starting to grid up now. I believe we'll have 2 pace laps. And DB, are you in here yet? Let me know when you're in here, buddy. Are you with us?
I'm still in the process of downloading. I gotta tell you, Jesse, it's rather embarrassing to to show up to the race and realize, oh, I don't have this one yet.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. So DB will be with us momentarily. I'm going to go ahead and run you through the field here real quick. Jared Crawford on pole, as mentioned before. Outside him is going to be Richard Dussett in the 14. Inside in the second row is going to be the number 2 of Brandon Schmidt. And another former winner on ATV, Friday Night B-Car Showdown, the 13 of Joshua B. Gerald, going to be starting outside of him. I'm sorry. Thomas D. Smith's going to start in 5th place. Outside him is going to be Brad Mahar. Brian V. Macklin is going to be in 7th place on the inside line. And another big hitter here in this series, David Cater in the 8 car. He comes in here 8 points out of the lead right now in the ATV standings. Paul Klein going to start in 9th place. Outside him is going to be the number 9 of David Comstock. That's going to round your top 10. 11th place going to go to Kevin Dancer. Outside him is going to be E.J. O'Rourke. I think we'll be able to get him dialed up for an interview later on this race, as long as he doesn't get taken out too early here. Dylan Duvall going to be starting at 13th. Outside him is going to be Alex Chambrone. 15th is going to be the number 1, the top-ranked driver in the room, Byron Daly. Dale Mears outside of him. All the rest of these guys are elected not to qualify. Brandon Bowie, Joey Brown, Brandon 6, Amando Vargas starting back there from 20th. Zach Hudson, 21st. David Osborne, 22nd. 23rd, Jeffrey Parker. Ryan out your field is going to be the number 24 of John Ryan. So you got Jeffrey Parker leading the points. He's starting back there in 23rd place. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be a crazy night. You got Amando Vargas starting just a couple spots in front of him. Those guys are 1-2 in points. Cater's up in the field. As the pace car ducks in, we're about to be green flag racing. The flag's out. Guys are off. Looks like a pretty good start here. Bad boy, what do you think, man? Let's crank it up. Back race fans, we're under caution trying to dig up what happened. I believe I'm saying, did anybody see what happened exactly there? I think maybe the 7 might have been involved.
It looks like Paulie Klein just got in a little too hard and got into David Cater, and just everyone piled in.
Oh yeah, it is, John. It's the 19 and the 8, bad boy. It looks like the 19 and the 8, so we're going to have to dig up. Tough break for David Cater. Just talking about having an advantage on our first and second place runners and points, starting up there closer to the front. Boy, that his starting track position there actually bit him big time. He's going to have shortened nose and rear of that car there.
Yeah, guys, it looks just like the 19 to 8 car just kind of collect in the middle here, right in about lap 2 here, right in the beginning of this race. And they're both going to take a lot of damage. The 9 Monster Machine there is going to come sliding down right below them. Wow, hard lick for the 8 and 19 guys.
Yeah, and the 9 got a good bit of damage as well as the 7, a little bit of right front fender damage for the 7 as well. So we've got a few guys tore up right away as now back to live. Brandon, looks like you got some heading back down there to you, heading down the pit road. Boss, what'd you see?
Oh yeah, we got Paul Eakline pretty messed up. He's dog-legging down pit road and trying to get it fixed in there. We got David Comstack, David Cater in there fixing up his damage. Looks like Del Mears came in there to get some tires.
Yeah, it surprised me. We got quite a few takers. Looks like about half the field. About half the field come down, half the field stayed out there. So it's going to be it's kind of interesting. I mean, they only got about 2 laps. About 2 laps on the green there before I come out. But I've been hearing, man, I haven't raced, so I can't really speak about it. But from experience, but I've been hearing a lot this week from chatter when I've been watching races that tires are big here, even just a couple laps. I can't imagine that would make a difference, but I don't know. Maybe coming in for adjustments too. I know some guys. I've heard some guys will, come in and make adjustments, during the race that help. That maybe wouldn't have been a good thing to do to the car before the race. So could be that too. Still waiting on my partner DB to show up. Tell you what, boss man, what do you think, dude? We got 130 laps here tonight under the lights. We got 24 guys starting this race. How many of these guys do you think are gonna make it to the finish on this one with straight metal tonight? Want to start a little bet? I'm thinking on the low side myself.
I don't know. I don't think we're going to see much cars finish without much damage if the race is like what we just saw.
Oh man, it's gonna look far. It's gonna look far out too. I'm telling you, because you can get around here with some damage. This is one of these kind of tracks that's not real aero dependent. So, I mean, you can get a little tore up and run around, still be fairly fast as long as you don't knock the toe out or nothing. So it'd be neat, man, to see the shark teeth out tonight under the lights. Because I'm thinking that's probably what we're gonna see from some guys. And unfortunately, David Cater from that wreck, he's I'm not showing him on the track right now at all. Showing 1 lap down. And I'm thinking maybe the picker's not going to be able to fix that for David Cater, unfortunately. So, man, big hit for him tonight in the points.
Yeah, and Paul Eakline's got some bad damage. He's crabbing to the right.
Oh, you're right, partner. I'm looking at that now, man. The 19 is absolutely... His car looks confused, like it's got split personalities. Sybil, are you in there? Goodness gracious, that car's good. That's going to be a long night, man. Had that happen, lap 6 of 130. Well, lights out off on a pace car, so we're going to give it a go one more time here. I think we got cheat out a little bit last time. Let's go ahead and try and crank it up one more time here, see if they can keep him straight. The pace car ducks in, flagman waves the stick, but 3 is off. Jared Crawford's jumped to the lead. Bad boy, crank it up, buddy. Looks as sharp as out there is our pole sitter, Jared Crawford, at number 3. He's looking real good right now on this short stint. Richard Dustin's hanging right there in second place in the 14. Then you're right behind him. You got a potential battle shaping up. One going on behind him, as it looks like the 5 and the 6. Brad Mayhart battling for a top 5 position. Good stuff right there. DB, you with us, man?
Hey, I finally did make it into the racetrack here, and things are looking pretty good. I got to tell you, I'm watching this battle back here between 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and on back. It's quite a quite a phone booth, if as you used to say there, Jesse. And tell you, one of the guys I'm kind of looking at is that one machine back there, Byron Daly. He's sneaking his way up here. He could be in this thing before long.
Oh, for sure, man. There's so many fast guys in this field that are, I mean, proven winners. I mean, pretty much every guy in this race can win races. You know what I mean? That's how strong this field is. So, absolutely, man. I mean, it's no telling what can happen, especially the short track racing, man. A lot of stuff can go down the short track racing. But these boys right here, you were just talking about them, they're using them up right now, man. I'm telling you, that's good stuff. Side by side, they're giving each other plenty of room. Looks like both guys are really about equal. Oh, there's a 6 and a 5. Make a little contact there, partner.
Yeah, but what I've been impressed with is the fact these guys are able to run side by side, lap after lap after lap out here, and really do a great job with it. Those the 6 and the 5 came together a little bit there, but both of them managed to just keep right on going. Pretty much typical short track racing at that point.
Yeah, and you know what's really crazy is they're not really losing a lot of time to the guy who's single file in front of him, Joshua B. Gerald. He's getting a little bit away from him, but now the 6 is going to complete that pass. Looks like Brad Mayhar is going to come up, close the door, and the 5 gets a wiggle out of 4. Has to just keep it off the fence. The drivers behind him do a good job of not running him over right there.
Yeah, that car got wicked loose coming off the corner. I mean, it probably inside the car wasn't as bad as it looked from out here, but I tell you, good hands by the driver to keep from stuffing it in the wall, because he was real close to that wall when that came when the back end of that car stepped out on him.
Tell you what, these front two here early on, man, they're hauling the mail. Jared Crawford has pulled out almost 2-second lead over third place Brandon Schmidt. Richard Dustin, he's still hanging on there in the 14 though, man. He's less than 3/4 of a second back. So, you know, I mean, he's looking pretty good. But Jared Crawford definitely in this short stint, man, is looking like he's got this thing figured out.
Yeah, these guys up front that were able to get single file really were able to put some distance on the rest of these guys. But I tell you, one of the guys that was in that double file stuff starting to make his way forward. The 6 of Brad Mayhar looking right on the back bumper right now. The 13 of Joshua Gerald as he gets a little bit sideways coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, lots of cars a little upset coming out of these corners. The 12 now moving his way past the 5. The 15 looking inside there. That's Brian Macklin looking inside of the 5 of Thomas Smith. And you got him lined up back there behind them. So this is the only side-by-side action I see right now. Rather in front of him, actually, the guy you were just talking about, Brad Mayhar. Now he's looking underneath the 13 of Gerald. You're absolutely right, man. The 6 of Brad Mayhar, he is on the move, no doubt about it.
It took him a few laps to get out of that double file stuff, but once he did, he was able to really start making some moves. Now he's back to being inside of the 13, and this is where he's going to start, probably going to lose a little bit of time unless he's able to just muscle his way around, which he does look like he makes that move through turns 1 and 2, and it is going to stick coming off at turn 2.
Ooh! He closed the door. Now here comes the 13 back underneath. I don't think the 13 was expecting him to come up like that. I think the 6 was expecting the 13 to cut him a break. It looks like the 6 is going to be able to hold that position now. He's got that top line. And I've heard a lot of guys, man, they make it work real well here around the top. So Brad Miller absolutely is on the move. And you know what? He's sitting second in iRacing's points. He's not he's in 6th in the ETV standings, but he's in 2nd place overall out of like some 2,000-3,000 guys or something in iRacing. So this dude, man, he knows how to get around in these cars.
He sure does. Ooh, got real close to coming off of turn 4 right there, but he's now drawing a bead on the 2 car there. I'm hearing some word we may have a report from pit road.
Yeah, we got Paul Eaglon and David Cater back out on the track trying to get their stuff fixed. Crews are working hard to get their cars back out on the track. We'll see if they can get them out there and make some more laps.
Yeah, 10-4 boss, man. I see him down there now working. They got a lot of work to do on that 8, especially, man. That thing is really banged up in a tough break as he now finds himself. That's David Cater, 23rd, 15 laps down. Tough deal. Up front, man, Jared Crawford, partner, he's pulled away now from even Richard Dustin by about a second and a half. He is really driving away from this field, but the 6, man, we were just talking to Brad Mayhar. He's looking now under the 2 of Brandon Schmidt. The 6 of Brad Mayhar is really cruising, man. He got this thing dialed in.
Yeah, he does slide a little bit getting into turn 1 right there, and loses a little bit of momentum, so they're still side by side coming off of turn 2. But behind them, the other guy I was been kind of watching, that one, Byron Daly, he's making his way forward as well.
Yeah, he absolutely is. I was just getting ready to say that, too. He is looking really good as he's going to slide in for another 13 down, close the door. And looks like the 13 might have waited by there. Ooh, a little bit of a checkup as the car behind the 13 about ran him over, man. I think it was Joey Brown. They checked up a little quicker than he was expecting. The 12 now looking underneath the 13 down the backstretch. He's got to nose in. They're going to go side by side into 3. And that all black, mean looking 12 car, man, he's moving forward too. Now here comes the 13 back on the outside, coming out of turn 4. Gets real close there for a moment. Oh, goodness.
This is some seriously close racing right here as the 15 now looks underneath the 13. This is where things can really start to happen. This track is a short track by definition, but it's long enough that the aero effects on the cars really do come into play, and that's something they got to really worry about because these cars are far more aero dependent than what a lot of these guys think as they get out here on this track.
Oh, absolutely, man. You know, another guy I want to check out back here and give a little spotlight to is our points leader coming in, the number 23, barely making it into the field tonight, ranked number 23 out of 24 drivers, but he's leading the way in the ETV Friday Night B-Car Showdown standings, Jeffrey Parker, in the number 23 car. He's running 13th right now, and he's looking past, I don't want to say he's looking past the 9, but he's peeking around the 9 of David Comstock, and he's looking up there to Armando Vargas. And now he's peeking around Kenneth Danzig as well. So Armando Vargas up in the move, man. He's coming in here second in points, only 2 points back. So that's a battle we're going to have to keep track of all night long. Is the battle between Jeffrey Parker and Armando Vargas, who come in here first and second in points. Is now the 18 Armando Vargas looking down underneath the 5. A little bit of a close call right there. Pulls right up in front of the 20 of Kenneth Danzig. Goodness gracious, that was a close call right there, partner.
Yeah, it was, and once again, I'm looking back up here again in this kind of pack that we've been watching from about 5th back through 7th, probably 5th through about 9th, is they're still side by side up here. I believe I just saw the 13 actually get up into the wall there off of turn 2 a little bit. Doesn't look like anything real major as they get this thing single file right at the moment, but these guys are absolutely going after it.
Oh, absolutely, man. We got some. This track is really providing some good racing, for sure. 7 is at Dylan Duvall. He's back out on the track. He's 2 laps down. I guess he's probably been on the track, but from the damage earlier, the 7's in big trouble. He needed a caution. He's still needing a caution. That's Dylan Duvall down there. He's kind of trying to stay out of the way and let these guys get on by. Not the kind of race he was looking for sure. As a 12 begins to draw down on him. But yeah, man, it's been some good racing for sure throughout the field. It looks like for the most part, most of the side-by-side action is subsided for the moment. Not seeing much side-by-side action right now anywhere on the track. It's 15. They're getting by the lap car. Now the 18 and the 5 going at it again back there. That's going to be for 10th play. That's going to be for 10th position. And they're catching the 13 real quick. So one of our former winners, Joshua B. Gerald, man, his setup is not. He's not really happy with what his crew chief got him. And those guys, they're one of the teams that's going to have to turn the wrenches, see if they can figure out what them boys up front have figured out.
Yeah, it looks like the number 8 of David Cater's back out on the track. Looks like he's got all the damage fixed, going to try and make up some track position.
Yeah, absolutely, and Paulie Klein as well. So all the drivers on the track except for one to start this race, Alex Chambrone. He's the only guy he's retired. They couldn't get his damage fixed. So Alex Chambrone's our first casualty of the night, which is pretty good. I mean, we're 32 laps into this race, and it's short track under the lights, man. Top split action, a lot of really fast competition, and these guys are doing a fantastic job out here of keeping this thing clean and really a lot of racing and riding. I mean, they're not really battling too hard, but 2 guys that are getting after it right here is the 20 of Kenneth Danzig and Thomas D. Smith, the 5. Thomas been in the battle pretty much this whole race, but it seems like he's been on the losing end of that battle every time. So that's another team that's going to have to go ahead and turn the wrenches on a pit stop.
Yeah, absolutely, and doing, he's doing a good job just keeping in there right now. Wait until we get a caution where we can get some work done on that car. It's definitely looking a little bit evil out there, a little twitchy. But meanwhile, as they say back at the ranch, our leader's got almost a 3-second lead over second place of Richard Doucette.
Oh, yeah, I think we're absolutely seeing our best chance at a repeat winner in Jared Crawford. And, and it would be back-to-back top split races if he pulls it off because he's a guy who won 2 weeks ago at Richmond. So we're going to see potential. I don't want to say it's early, man, in short track racing, but if Jared Crawford can pull it off tonight, we're going to see both. The first guy to win 2 races under the lights here on ATV live and the first guy to win back-to-back races at the same time. That'd be pretty impressive, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. That would be very impressive to see. I'm kind of curious to see what he's doing. He is running. I'm watching his line, a higher line than I think I've seen anybody else out here run tonight. Pretty much around the top, all the way around the racetrack. Although he does go to the bottom in 1 and 2, but from 3 and 4, I'm not sure I've seen a car drive a higher line than what that 3 of Jared Crawford's running.
Yeah, he's making his banking. He's making this banking work for him, man. He's definitely got that thing dialed in. And he's got this track record. As he gets a wall a little bit right there, gives it a little kiss, man. That's just good stuff right there, though. That's not like a driver mistake. That's just a driver using the track, man. Using every bit of it out there.
I was just gonna say that's kind of Greg Biffle-ish right there, coming off the quarter, just using that wall, straighten you out just a little bit, and keep right on going.
Yeah, and the thing is, with a guy like this, man, he got the setup that good. You could move that wall out 6 feet, he'll still go right out there and kiss it. you can
Absolutely.
use up every bit of real estate they can get. Tell you what, man, he is all in the mail, no doubt. He is the fastest guy on the track. Some of these guys, though, man, they're hanging on pretty close. I mean, guys like Dussett, Mahar, Daly, these guys, their lap times are about anywhere from a half a tenth to a full tenth slower. And sometimes even really close to equal. So they're not that far off. And, it looks bad right now, but if they get a caution and a chance to really work on these cars, these are good drivers with good crew chiefs, and we'll see. And the other thing is, man, I've heard that the tires have been horrible this week. So, I've heard that there's a real bad fall off for some guys. So, that's the other thing. We don't know. We don't know. Some of these guys lurking back here in the back might just start, shooting to the front late in this run.
Yeah, I'm looking at the times right now, and I'm seeing almost a 9/10 of a second drop off over the last 40 laps already on these tires. So there's definitely a drop off in performance on the tires, which is something I think a lot of these guys have been talking about. We've been to some of these tracks where it doesn't seem like we've got any kind of a drop off where the tires are going to play a role. I absolutely believe tires will play a major role in the outcome of this race tonight.
Oh, I agree with you 100%, man. I'm looking back here to the 18 of Armando Vargas. He's using his rub right here. He's looking underneath the 2 of Brandon Schmidt. These guys have been battling pretty hard for that position. And back behind the 20 and the 5 been duking it out pretty good for that position as well. So we're starting to form another phone booth here. A little bit. It's kind of a big phone booth, man. They're not really crammed in there just yet. But they're definitely racing hard up here between the 18 and the 2, man. That's for 9th position, rather 8th position. Duking it out pretty good. Those are 2 solid drivers. Armando Vargas, he's in up there, battling for 8th position, and looking back at Jeffrey Parker, man, he's gonna need to make some changes too. He comes in here the points leader, but he's running a good bit back behind Armando Vargas there in 16th position. So he's got some work to do on our car as well.
And no question, he has some work to do, and I'm still seeing some of these guys getting real twitchy, especially, it seems, of all places, coming off of turn 4. The cars really want to dance sideways, getting a little bit of that, have to grab it and catch it as the 18 gets the 2 a little bit loose, just exiting turn 2, but nothing major right there. But we're starting to see a little bit of the aero effects, a little bit of the tire. We're going to start seeing who's got what as far as setups go here over the next probably 10 laps.
Oh, yeah, the 5 just went for a big slide, man. The 5, Thomas Smith went for a big slide, caught it. Oh, the 18, big slide, saved it.
Wow.
Oh, my God, what a catch. Well, look out, everybody. Spotters need to be communicating right now. The 18, he made a save, but his right rear tire, may not agree with him. They need to watch him as he comes through this set of corners right here. That was a big slide and a brake save. Goodness gracious, it's going to be sketchy coming off. The 13's the one who gets the wall a little bit. Oh no! And this has big major ETV Friday Night Standings implications. Partners, 18 comes in here right now. He's in the point lead with where he's running. He needs to hang on to this thing and baby that right rear tire, hoping for a caution.
Yeah, I tell you, he slid to the outside right there. It looked like he was really going to give up a lot of spots, and he may yet, but overall, I've been impressed with his ability to hang on. Right now, it looks like he's only lost 1 spot for sure, but 13's now going to try to get under him. But I've seen that 13 get real tight and also real loose at the same time, so I'm not sure I'd want to be on the outside of the 13 right now.
Yeah, head down the pit road, man. Boss man, what you got for us down there, buddy?
Yeah, just listening to the radio communication with Armando Vargas and his crew chief. He's saying he's really tight in the center and loose off, so they're going to try and fix that in the next pit stop.
Oh, goodness gracious, you're talking about him. As you're talking about him, the 18 gets into the wall. The 13 wrecks now. I believe the caution's going to be coming out. We got a lot to dig up there. As I believe there might have been some sort of contact between the 18 and 13. The 18, at any rate, ends up in the wall, and then somehow the 13 ends up spinning after that. I don't know if maybe there was a tire rub, and he cut his tire down. Bad boy, what you got for us, buddy?
Let's see what happens. It looks like the 13's going to slide up the hill, make contact with 18. That's going to get him out of shape. In the very next corner, guys, you're going to see the 13 and 20 tangle, and the 13's going to take the raw end of the deal here. He's going to smack hard into the outside wall, guys. And I believe there's a pretty small pile up right behind all this, but don't look like anybody's going to take a whole lot of damage. Just going to lose a lot of pride here.
Oh, no, yeah, I just see that as well. The 20 and the 13 come together just a little bit. And, back here live, Boss Bandit coming down to you on pit road, buddy.
Looks like everyone's coming down pit lane, taking 4 tires in a full. Oh, everyone's coming down pit lane. Coming down, taking 4 tires, full tank of gas. Only a few lap cars stayed out trying to get their laps back.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is going to be an important stop here for these guys. They need to make changes. So it looks like Derek Crawford's going to win the race off pit road, followed by the 6 of Brad Mahar. And the 1 of Byron Daly going to be your top 3. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, see if we can dial up one of these guys and get an interview for you right after these messages.
Whoa there, cowboy. Ain't no need to get the hammers out and tear it all up. What you need to do is get a hold of David Bass, DB Tech Services. Technology support offered at a price affordable to most churches, not-for-profits, and individual customers. I'll tell you what, David Bass, IT specialist, over 5 years at the corporate level. Hey, man, computer maintenance, hardware and software upgrades. I'll tell you what, David Bass, DB Tech Services, established specifically to provide lower-cost options to churches and non-profit organizations. So put the hammer away, dude. Get a hold of David Bass. DB Tech Services, dbtechservice.com.
All right, race fans, welcome back. Welcome back here. We're back. We're still under caution here. Got a driver dialed up for you, Zach Hudson. It's like he's not sure where he's running. I'm trying to figure out where he's running out there. My goodness, I can't find him. There he is in 11th place. Zach, man, you got a copy of this Outlaw up in the booth.
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, man. How's this? A lot more green flag laps than you expected, or and how was the car? You know what I mean? Is that kind of race expected? How's your car feeling on that long run?
Yeah, I really thought we were going to have more caution laps, to be quite honest with you. But car's hooked up, really, on the long run. I guess I got to thank all my teammates back at ZHM. They put in a good piece. See if we can go get a top 10, top 5, maybe even a W.
10-4, man. So it's just coming down a long run. What about adjustments, man? You just come in for 4 tires and no changes, or you think you needed a few changes there, or what?
Yeah, I just came in for 4 tires. I was a little bit too tight there, losing a little speed there. Maybe a couple guys were going crazy there. Seeing Armando and Kenneth were going at it there, and just a couple other guys there, but should be all right.
10-4, man. Well, all right. Good luck, buddy. Go get them, and thanks for taking a minute to talk to us.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so that was your 11th place runner, Zach Hudson, man, and we're it looks like actually they're showing him 12 now, but we're trying to dig up EJ O'Rourke as well. He's he's been running around back. He's been running around back there in the back most of the race. I think he may be saving something for later stages here. And I think this pit stop may have been exactly what he needed to get some much needed adjustments there. Yeah, they just turn the lights out on the pace car. So we'll go ahead and try and talk to EJ later if we get a chance. He's going to have to get to work here in about 3/4 of a mile, maybe a little less than that. I don't know, man. This is strung out right there. These guys did a really good job, but now we're getting closer to halfway. Lap 52 will be 53 at the stripe out of 130. Partner, what do you think, man? You think they're going to ramp it up here? You think we might see cautions, breeding cautions? Or do you think we're going to get back into another long run?
Well, I bet a lot of these guys would like to see it get back into a long green flag run, but the fact is, it's starting to ramp up here as we get the green flag.
Yeah, green flag is out to 3. Gets another fantastic start, man. He's got that thing geared to go like Freddie Flintstone style. He's out of here.
Yeah, he got a great start, and I got to tell you, the one of Byron Daly did a great job kind of keeping up with him. The 6 got caught sleeping a little bit, and that's going to move Byron Daly into second place behind the 3 of Jared Crawford. And, if I'm Jared, I'm looking back there, I'm seeing that one car, and I'm going, uh-oh.
Oh, God, no, man, Byron Daly's no joke. Jared Crawford, no, he's good, too. And Byron Daly, also a former winner on ATV last season in Milwaukee, so... Yeah, there's 2 guys that have won a race before. Man, I tell you what, I'm watching the 12 right now, Joey Brown. He's trying to take this 5th position away from the 9 and David Comstock. Look like he's going to get it. 9's got a little momentum. Oh, the 12 is a big slide coming out of 4 right there. Oh, goodness gracious. The 9's go back down, man. Real gentleman move right there for the 9. Did not try and take advantage. He went ahead and let the 12 gather it up and stay behind him.
Wow.
But, yeah, man. This is good stuff.
That 12, if I'm the 9, I may be giving the 12 a couple more car lengths here, as I've seen him sideways off of both corners early on right here. This is not necessarily where you want to be.
Well, if I'm the 12, I'm sending the 9 a Christmas card. That's all I know. Because that was definitely cut him a break right there. I tell you what, man, you got some of these guys, got some wigglers for sure, but I tell you what, but the way they looked last run, the way they looked this run, we got a couple of these guys that are looking a lot more better in the track as the 14 just blows by the 6 of Brad Maynard. The 14 of Richard Dustin trying to move his way back forward after losing a few spots on the pit stop. Wasn't the greatest of pit stops there.
No, not the best pit stop ever. But I gotta tell you, I thought I saw the 6 get a little bit of the wall back there off of turn 2 about a lap ago, and I think that may have a little bit to do with what's going on right here. But even as I say that, I mean that 14 is using that high line, and he's actually closing on the 1 of Byron Daly right now, and that's saying something.
Oh yeah, for sure. Richard Dustin was quick, man. He was as quick as Crawford there early on, but then didn't take long for Crawford to be a little quicker, and that just continued throughout the whole run. But really, for everybody, Dustin ran second that whole run. He got a very good car, and I'm sure the lengthy stop might have been because they were making a lot of changes. You know what I mean? I think they were trying to get adjusted past the 3 of Jared Crawford. Because I was watching a very good battle between the 2. In the 17, that's Brandon 6 and Brandon Schmidt. Brandon 6 in the 17, he's going to prevail. He can move his way up into 9th position. That was a good little dogfight they had there for about 4 or 5 laps there. Looking on back, it's pretty much single file throughout the field. Not seeing a whole lot of action right now. Let's check back on Armando Vargas and Jeffrey Parker coming here first and second in points. And look, Armando Vargas was getting away from Jeffrey Parker, heading away, and now look, he's right behind Jeffrey Parker. So big shift in the points through that last caution part.
Yeah, it sure was, and it's one of the things that we kind of expected to see. I mean, these guys have been, right on top of each other through the races to this point, and it's kind of where it's at now, watching as this is going on. And I tell you, it doesn't look like the 18 was hurt too bad in that mess. It just kind of lost some track position. He's going to be trying to get back to the 23 of Jeff Parker, and the guy that stayed out to lead a lap, E.J. O'Rourke, really doesn't look like he's going anywhere at this point.
Yeah, he's not. He is looking better this run, though. He's looking like he's hanging. I think something might have happened to him last run that we missed or something. Like he maybe had a big slide or something because he was there in the pack and then he was just gone, man. Like for the whole run, he was way back away from everybody. So this time he's hanging with him, and I think think something just happened to him. He gets a wiggle there out of turn 2. As he starts to draw down on the 20 on the outside, he's got the 22 on the inside. Big gap right there. Will EJ look to go 3 wide? Not going to happen. Oh, we got a caution. 2 is in trouble. The 2 of Brandon Schmidt in big trouble on the front stretch. I believe we're going to be under caution. And bad boy, man, you got to dig this up. It's looking like the 2 and the 17. I was just talking about him. And not sure what happened, but the 2 ends up down the track, and the 5 ends up down the track as well. Bad boy, what you got for us, brother?
Let's cue it up here. He's on the inside of the 17 coming into the turn here, guys. And he's just going to get a little bit loose here. He's trying to stay off that 17 machine, I do believe. And he just gets loose, loses all on his own, guys. I think he must have really scared the 22 because I think I've seen him spin through the infield too. And the two never laid a lick on him.
Yeah, both guys get away with look like no damage. It was the 5 and the 2. Both guys go for a slide and end up down there right at the edge of the picnic ground and no damage, and nobody hit him, so good stuff there. We're going to be back under caution. And, we're right here. We're going to be halfway this time at the stripe. What do you think, guys? Come on back down or stay out?
Well, I think it pretty much answered the question. The 3 of Jared Crawford, that's another story.
Yeah, the 3's he's out, man, and nobody else does. The 8 does. You know what? Look at there. Here comes E.J. O'Rourke now. Goodness gracious. He's way up there now. So it's going to be interesting to see if he stays out this time. This could be a good call, man. I think I think track position's key. He's gonna have a tough time holding on to that position the way the car is right now, I think. But I don't think E.J. O'Rourke can drop all the way to the back if he stays out. What do you think, guys? Let's go ahead and try and dial him up. We was going to talk to him last time. Let's pull up E.J. O'Rourke. We'll let the bad boy or one of the guys there in the production booth try and pull him up, get an interview with him here momentarily. Looking to the guys who are coming off of pit road. Looks like Richard Dust, at this time his team gets done, he's going to come out first off of pit road, it appears. E.J. O'Rourke gets the outlaw up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on here, Jesse?
Well, man, you stayed out last time on the long run, and we had no question you were just, staying out for a little ETV time, and you're going to come down pit road. But this time, you stay out, and this looks like a situation where you might be thinking about staying out there, man. What's the strategy here? You going to stay out, bud?
Well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see how this point car can stay up here if it can. If it, I'll have it. If not, I'll drop to the back, but still just trying to ride here a little bit, long way.
Nah, man, tell the crew chief I like the call. I think the track position is a big thing here at this racetrack, man, and you look good. It's just, traffic can be havoc in these short track races, so I think it's a good call, man. How's the car felt for you tonight? You had to make a lot of changes on the pit stops when you did stop, or she pretty decent?
Well, I bought a new wheel the other day. I got a Logitech G27, so I'm trying to get acclimated with this thing, but it feels pretty good. It's a little loose, but I picked a different line, running the middle, and going down to the bottom, coming up against the wall now, and feels pretty good. I think I can get a top 10 here this race, and maybe even a top 5.
Damn, boy, boss. Well, hey, man, you better put the bumper on that 3 right away if you're going to do it, because he is bad fast tonight, brother. Good luck, man. Thanks for taking a moment to talk to us, and we'll keep our eye on you, partner.
All right, thanks, guys. TV, good luck. Have fun up there.
So there you go. There's E.J. O'Rourke. He's going to be starting outside of your pole sitter, and the guy who's been leading every lap tonight, Jared Crawford, in 3. That's E.J. O'Rourke going to be starting outside. Richard Dustin first got to come off pit road. He's going to be starting 3rd place, so he comes in 3rd and comes out 3rd. He didn't lose nothing. He's got some fresh rubber. Brad Mahar starting outside of him. Byron Daly's going to round your top 5. Brian Macklin, amazing to me that he's excuse me, I'm sorry, I thought that was him that was involved in the wreck. It wasn't. It was the 13. But yeah, Brian Macklin, the 15, he's going to be in 6th. Kevin Dancer, 7th place. David Comstock, 8th. Zach Hudson going to be in 9th place. He's still hanging on. Brandon 6 going to round your top 10. About to get these boys going again. And I think the lights can go out. We're going to have 1 to go. Looking at about 62 laps from the time we go green here. And if this thing should go green from this point on, man, guys, what do you think? This is going to, they can do it. They can do it on fuel and tires, but I'll tell you what, if they go from here to the end, what do you think the tire's going to feel like in them last 20 laps?
Well, we saw him do about a 35-lap run earlier on. This is going to be twice that, basically. I don't know. I think a lot of these guys are going to be screaming at their crew chief saying, I got to come down here and I got to get fresh rubber if I'm going to stand a chance of hanging on to this car.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's I think this is a tough one on tires, man, on the longer runs for sure. This track's got a lot of attitude, man, and it really seems to show it late in the run. These guys done a really good job on that long run to keep everything in order, man. I mean, we've seen a lot of guys slipping and sliding around. A lot of wheelman action going on out there to keep these cars straight for as long as it did. Because this track, make no mistake, man. These guys may make it look easy, but this track, she's no joke, and she's trying to knock these guys into the wall every corner. It's a pace car. He's gonna get out of the way. I mean, he's about to go down. The 3, he's off and away, flags in the air. 3 is getting another fantastic start like he has all night. Caught EJ sleeping a little bit there. Is now they're looking at potential 3 wide into turn 1, 3 wide, partner.
Yeah, absolutely. What happened there? Oh, EJ gets all the way up against the wall. I'm not sure if he actually got the wall, but he's going to drop all the way to the back. But unfortunately there, what happened was EJ tried to anticipate it a little bit. The 3 held the throttle just another split second. And when that happened, he was gone, and EJ had no choice but to let off to keep from passing him before he gets to the start-finish line, which obviously would have resulted in a penalty.
Yeah, man, all kinds of stuff going on. I think EJ may have ATV heebie-jeebies. But I tell you what, the 13 and the 18, they got together. That was Joshua Gerald and 18 Armando Vargas, man. They make some good contact there as EJ O'Rourke still up the hill trying to let everybody get on by. He's not liking something on them tires, man. I think them old tires probably did not feel very good to him right now. Having all them cars on his rear deck probably doesn't feel real good. He's going to come back here, gather his thoughts, and see if he can't make a run. But good job getting back there. Now I'm here. We got a battle up front, man. Battle up here for second place.
A battle for second, third, fourth, fifth right at the moment as these guys are side by side, 2 deep. 14 of, I believe that's Richard Dussett underneath the 6th of Brad Mahar trying to make a move there. But I tell you, what surprised me is they are not.
Sorry, partner. The 20 loses it in the straightaway. Oh my goodness. No caution, but bad boy, let's dig that up, man. The 20, I don't know what that was. It looked like he got a wiggle. Maybe they didn't get all the lugs on that tire, like a tire popped off of that thing or something. I don't know what he was doing there, but look at the 18 and the 2 go around him. My goodness. If you could pull up the onboard of the 18, bad boy, did you get a look at that craziness?
Yeah, let's see what happens here. The 20's going to dive under here on the bottom line here, guys. He's just barely going to touch that apron. It looks like he's just going to go for a ride here, guys. He gets really, really wicked loose left and right. You can really see him moving that wheel in the shot here in the camera, guys, and he's really in bad trouble here, guys.
Man, I tell you what, that was the 20 of Kenneth Dancer. That's no joke. I couldn't make that up. That was Dancer doing the dance off of turn 2. And really, man, Armando Vargas and the 2 of Brandon Schmidt. Armando Vargas did a fantastic job to miss him, but, dude, Brandon Schmidt couldn't see nothing but the back of Armando Vargas' car. He couldn't see it. And he still had the wherewithal to know to follow the 18, man. So that was amazing right there. Those guys did a really good job to keep that thing green. Up front, and I tell you what, the 14 had pulled right to the back of the 3. He's a lot closer than he's been all night, partner. This looked good.
Yeah, he does. It looks to me like what happened was the 14 kind of followed a little bit, waited back here, watched what the 3 was doing, and then now I'm starting to see the 14 just basically mirror what the 3's doing. And I don't know. Looks to me like the 14 maybe have figured it out even a little better than the 3 at this point.
I tell you what, man. I don't know if Jared's looking in the mirror or not. It's still early and whatnot. But that all-black car, it looked like a looming monster, I'm sure, coming up in the mirror right now. It's getting darker and darker in the cockpit of that 3 right here.
Yeah, he is rolling through the center of corners 1 and 2 as he looks underneath him here in 3 and 4. He's going to try to make a pass.
Yeah, Richard Dustin trying to make the move now on the inside of 3. Jared Crawford has led every single lap tonight from the pole. He's still going to lead that 1. He's going to put that. He's going to slay that dragon for now. Put that to bed. But the 14 of Richard Dustin letting the 3 of Jared Crawford know, hey, guess what? Ooh. You're going to have to race tonight. As he gets a big wiggle. Oh my God! The 14 has a monster wiggle and didn't even lose ground. This dude's on a mission. What's he got? Harry Hope's Magic Tires. Is now the 6 of Brad Mahar looking to pull in. My goodness, dude, I'm telling you. What do we got here? 50 laps to go. I can barely count. I'm so excited. 50 laps to go. This is going to be good, man. I think we're going to have a bunch of guys more competitive. This caution saved this race. And some wrenches got turned. And here comes the 14 now looking again to the inside on turn 3. It's real tough today to make this pass. You can get there halfway. Coming out right here, it's real tough. The 14 does a good job. But look at the momentum the 3 gets, partner.
Man, that outside line coming off of turn 4 is probably going to be the race winner tonight. If this keeps up, these guys are absolutely dead even as far as speeds and everything else. And the not the three, but the third place car of the 6 of Brad Mayhar is absolutely right there with these guys. And he's running the bottom line through 3 and 4. The other 2 guys are up there on the top line. I don't know. This could prove to be a very interesting finish if this keeps up.
Yeah, really good. And, you know, it's going to be, they're getting another one of these long runs, and it's starting to look that way. I mean, you know, it's single file pretty much through the entire field right now. Yeah, the closest battle we have on track really is these front 3. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens on a long run here. If some of these guys who fell off a little bit on the last run have got it figured out, got them dialed in for this run, and we got more players at the end when the tires get greasy, oh my goodness, get ready, because it's going to be gnarly if that happens.
Yeah, and I'm watching this here, and you know, my only concern with the 14 is he is absolutely driving the wheels off this thing right now to keep up with the 3 to try to pass him. Is he over-driving that car as he gets right to the bumper through 1 and 2 right there?
He is in stalker mode, man. For real, the 3 is going to have to hit him with a no contact order or something, you know what I mean, a restraining order. Because he is harassing him at the workplace right now. The 14 of Richard Dustin is trying to get in the mirror of the 3 of Jared Crawford and try and get him to make a mistake, because the way Jared Crawford's getting around this track so well and carrying the momentum off the top of the corners you mentioned before, partner, it's going to be near impossible to get by him. But you know what Businessman would say? If Businessman was here, he'd say at a track like this, it might just be business time at the end of this thing if he's still there. What do you think?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. As I'm watching this 14, as the 3 gets a little bit of twitch there in the middle of 3 and 4, is I'm wondering, is the 14 sizing him up to know exactly when he needs to make that run as the laps wind down to be able to get to the bumper of that car and maybe give him just a little bit of the business.
Business, man. Might be just what the doctor ordered a track like this. But I tell you, the 3, man, he is a picture of calm. Really, there he gets a big wiggle there out of 4. I say that, and he gets a little wiggle, but collects it well. He doesn't really even lose any ground. All this pressure, man, I'm telling you, we're watching it here on TV, and that's one thing. But to be that guy leading the race and have a guy putting that kind of heat on you over and over and over, a track that's this difficult to get around, the 3 really is a picture of perfection right now. Not to say he can't make a mistake, everybody's human, but it looks like pressure may not be enough. You know what I mean? I think maybe he's going to have to put a little bit of paint on the back of his car. The bad boy, you got an update for us?
Yeah, Jesse, we're right here with Jared Crawford. We just got to watch how he's working this wheel. I mean, this guy's not on cruise control here. He's working this wheel left and right, turning it about 3/4 of a turn here to get this car, and he seems like he's running that middle groove here, which is making it really tight on exit, but he's being able to keep that RPM up there, Jesse. So the fans here can see how hard it is to race these B cars here, as this guy's really solid at the wheel.
Oh, absolutely, man. This is a very, very difficult track, too. I mean, these cars can be tough to tame, but this track, I mean, in my opinion, especially for me, because I'm not very good here at all, this is one of the tougher ones. And I've heard that from a lot of guys, even that are good here, that this is one of the more driver racetracks, very difficult to be precise, because you're really working there in the cockpit, just like you mentioned, man. He's still showing the way. And Brad Mayhard in the 6, man, he's doing a lot better job hanging on this time, too. I mean, the 6 of Brad Mayhard really fallen off on the longer run a little bit that last time. His position was well, but where he was running on the clock was way back. This time, man, he's hanging right there, about a 3/4 second to a second. He keeps bouncing around. So, I mean, he's doing a good job this time, guys.
Yeah, he is doing an outstanding job of staying with them. But I'm starting to see the 14 now has dropped back about 2 car lengths off the 3. I'm like I was kind of contemplating earlier on this run, was how hard was the 14 really running that car, and it may be a situation now where after riding in the draft of that 3 for so long that he may have burnt the tires off on just a little bit of it. I mean, he's not enough to really drop off significantly, but he has backed up quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I want to give a mention to a driver who just had horrible luck. He got invited to the disco dance, and he wasn't even trying to go. Joey Brown at 12 gets disconnected, unfortunately, and so he's going to end up, whether he gets back in here or not, he's going to end up with some not so good looking results in the end of this race. Let it be known he got disconnected with a good car running inside the top 10. So good run tonight by Joey Brown, and just terrible luck.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've all been bit by that internet demon where all of a sudden you get disconnected and you're going, no, especially when you got a good run going. I know I've lost a few races that way, running up front with about 3 laps to go, and internet decides it's not going to work anymore.
Oh, yeah, it happened to all of us, man. It's a tough deal for sure. Part of what we deal with in this internet sim racing world. Let's check back on this point standing battle here we got going on between Jeffrey Parker and Armando Vargas. Armando's done it again. Jeffrey Parker's still running back there where he was just about. He's running back there in 15th place in that 20 car. The 14th place in the 23 car. And Armando Vargas starting to pick his way back forward again in the 18. Team did a fantastic job fixing that car after a caution earlier, being involved in a caution earlier. He's worked his way all the way back at the 8th place. Car looks good. He's way off the lead right now, but he's drawing down the 10 of Brandon Bowie to maybe get up to 7th place. Good looking run here from Armando Vargas this week, who's now our current point leader as they run.
Yeah, done a great job, and I'm watching lap times. He's only maybe just over 1/10 of a second a lap off the lead, which for a car that's been into the wall and had some pretty significant issues, that's very good for that team to have been able to put that car back together to get to that point. And he is definitely drawing down now on the 10 of Brandon Bowie to try to take that 7th place.
Another guy, man, the 9 at David Comstock in that Monster 9 car. He was involved in the aftermath of a wreck earlier that was none of his doing. He got a good little piece of that. That team did a fantastic job too, man. That car looks real good. Don't see any issues. He's running up there in 6th place right now, and he's right on the rear deck of Brian Macklin, who's not too far behind Brad Mahar and Byron Daly. So this 9 car, David Comstock, man, he may be a dark horse. We haven't really talked about him much tonight, and he's looking sharp, but
yeah, I mean, really, right now, everybody's doing a great job. Everybody looks good. It's kind of hard to really, say much as the 9 gets a little loose off in turn 2. Keeps digging, doesn't lose any time. But, it's hard to really, say who's doing what when you've got somebody like Jared Crawford right now that has just absolutely dominated this race. It's going to make it interesting to see who's going to be able to get up there and really race with him. I mean, we've seen the 14 keep up with him for about 20 laps or so and then starts to fall off. But overall, everybody's doing a much better job keeping up. But, some of these guys, I think, are just waiting here, biding their time, waiting for that last opportunity to really get up there and give him a run for his money. And I got to believe the 9 and, the 15, some of these guys back here could stand a chance of pulling it off.
yeah, and they could, but they're going to have to get going for sure. As we're 30 to go, this time by at the stripe, and I'm looking to see. Yeah, the lights are on. Or wait, yeah, the lights are on. Caution is out. I was just going to say, 30 laps could go by in a blink. Tell you what, this is big here. We're going to have big time pit stops here, for sure. I'm hearing 13. Oh my God, look at his car. Wow, how'd he end up like that? Good thing he's got farmer's insurance on that thing, because his insurance rates just went up for sure. Maybe he ought to switch to Geico, see if he might save himself $1.
Oh!
Bad boy. Did you get a look at what happened with the 13 there?
Let's see if we can pull this up, guys. Kind of like, oh, wow, he got a really bad wiggle there coming into 1 and 2, I believe that is. He comes in at 3 and 4 here, and I think this is where we're going to see him get in major trouble here. He comes off third forward, whips her completely sideways in a 360. A couple cars clip him. Airborne about 10 feet off the ground. I believe that was Jeffrey Parker that made contact with him, but
yeah, man, crazy car that's there. Boss man, they're coming down to you for what most likely will be the final stops, bud. What are you seeing?
Looks like we got everyone in here. Few people stayed out, looking for 4 tires and a full tank of gas. Make it to the end of this race so they can duke it out to the end. Possible green flag run to the end. So I think we're gonna see a lot of people making some adjustments, fixing their cars for what we might see the last pit stop of the race.
Yeah, looking like 4 tires throughout the field. Didn't see anybody taking 2. It looks like 4 tires throughout the field for sure. Your pole sitter's he's gonna have another good pit stop from that front stall. He's still leading the race. And DB, you got an update for us, buddy?
Yeah, guys, I was watching that, and the 14 of Richard Dussett actually overshot his pit stall, had to back up. Our leader, coming into this thing, Jared Crawford had a 13.6 second stop. Richard Dussett had a 17.5.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. He's not taking that pick for the dollar menu, boy. He's going to be whipping him out to this one. That's a tough deal. And the money stop, too, man. This is, I mean, that was the big stop. EJ O'Rourke stays out again. I'm sure looking for just a little bit of time in the sunshine right here as he tried staying out earlier, and it didn't work out too well for him in that .16 car. But he's looking for a little bit of ETV time, so we're going to give him a minute here, let him shine as we head to commercial break.
I don't think Paulie Klein's on the track anymore.
You're watching ETV Live, the leader in sim broadcasting. The very best in the business brings you the highest in broadcast quality and archived high-def replays for you to watch anytime for free. Superior audio and exclusive instant replays by the ETV ePlay machine. Producer John Wessling has talented commentators like the Cowboy, J.D. Webb, Tracy Flip Robinson on Monday and Wednesday nights, David Big Mouth Bass, and Jesse the Outlaw James calling the action on Tuesday nights, and don't miss the ETV Live Band. Broadcasting weekly from RaceSimNation.net. Catch the Halls On Post Monday Night Series, True Gravity Truck Races on Tuesday night, and the infamous Team Series on Wednesday nights at 8:50 p.m. Eastern. Have some fun with the broadcast team in the ETV chat room. Hey, and listen to a live race counter. It's all at RaceSimNation.net on the live feed link. Remember, ETV Live, the leader in sim broadcasting. It's the only choice, Cowboy.
All right, welcome back, race fans. We're working down to the conclusion of this Iowa race here. Working lap 103 of 130 undercars. Getting ready to go back green here momentarily. I've caught up with the driver. Paulie Klein involved, unfortunately, in a wreck earlier, man. Got cleared by the infield care center. Paul, man, how you feeling? How was the race? How was the car, man? Sorry about your luck, but how was the experience up till Doomsday?
Well, we worked pretty hard on it this week, and to come out and, I don't know, was it lap 4 or 5, and I just dropped it in way too hard, and I took out a pretty good driver, David Cater, and I got to apologize for him for that, but it felt decent up to that point.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. Yeah, dude, that was pretty wild, dude. What was the racing like? Well, that was pretty early, wasn't it?
I mean, it was great for 4 laps, but except for what I was doing, obviously.
Oh, I love it. Well, hey, man, I'm really glad you're okay. They got the airbag dust out of your eyes. I know that stuff burns, man. I'm glad you're okay. You're going to be able to hopefully make it in a couple weeks. Not sure where we're going to be, but hopefully you'll be there, man. And thanks for taking a moment to come talk with us. We'll see you around, buddy. See you next time.
I appreciate you having me. I'll probably have to buy a ticket to the next race, but I'm going to sit back and watch Brad Mahar, David Comstock, and Brian Macklin tear it up.
10-4, boss. They're back to green flag race, and there goes the 3 of Jared Crawford, man. He's been number 1 all night. He's cruising on this restart, but back behind the 6, we got trouble. 18, 10 in the 18 in big trouble. Brandon Bowie looks like he loses it in the 10, collects the 18. Maybe I got that.
No!
I'm not sure, but big wreck. We're going to be under caution here. Bad boy. We got some work to do. We got some debris to clean off this track. Oh, my goodness. These boys are in trouble. The 18, big, and you know who drives right through it? Bad boy, you gotta look at that. And when you get a chance, man, let's dig up the onboard replay of our points leader coming in, Jeffrey Parker. He's gonna go right through the middle of this.
Wow, this car's going to come off the apron here, that 10 car. Actually off the outside wall, guys. Going to smack right into 18 of Vargas. Man, what a lick he took. He's going to be seeing stars. Somebody better. Oh, man, then he gets airlifted by the 21 car, I believe that is here, sneaking through here. Wow, somebody better call 911.
Yeah, that was wild, man. And the few cars involved there, man, the 22 got a good piece of that going by. The 16 might got a little bit of wall damage trying to avoid it, but who comes through unscathed is the 23 of Jeffrey Parker, who really, I mean, that car has been chasing its tail all night. He's not sure, you know, they really have not been happy with the way they unloaded here, Jeffrey Parker, coming into this race. But, man, he goes through yet another wreck unscathed. I'm telling you, man, it's not too many strikes Armando Vargas can have tonight. I think this one might have been the one that did it. Man is now looking at his car live. Uh-oh. Page and the Outlaw. Go ahead and take a DB.
Yeah, absolutely. Watching that car live, he is sideways coming down pit road a little bit. That car's in big trouble. He's definitely going to be hurting for the rest of the night. 23 definitely took had a great advantage right there that he took advantage of by missing that whole wreck.
Oh, for sure, man. That was definitely a tough deal for the 18, man. They're gonna have a heck of a time trying to get that thing back on the track. He's gonna try and limp around there, but it's been a rough race, man. Armando, he's been through a lot. He come in here and he started working his way through the field. Got him one deal. He had to go to the back and start coming through again. Got another deal. Start coming back again, and third time's a charm, man. This car is really snaggletooth now. So I don't know if he's gonna come back from this one, but I tell you what, Jeffrey Parker, he's got some work to do too. I mean, it's not going to be a huge night because he's not been killing it for sure. He's just kind of creeping it around, slow and steady tonight. But yeah, Jared Crawford, man, that's the dude. That's the dude. He might make it too. He might make it 2 times. He's gonna win this race. Byron Daly, he could come make it. He could be a guy to win 2 times. Brad Mahar, Richard Dustin, neither one of those guys have won a race. Brandon Schmidt as well has not won a race, surprisingly, on Friday night Showdown. So, I mean, we still got a chance for a new first-time winner and a strong possibility of our first 2-time winner.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's really been able to touch Jared Crawford. We watched the 14 really get close there for a little bit. We thought maybe he had something, but I think he was absolutely driving the wheels off of it trying to do that. And I got to believe the 3 of Jared Crawford may not have even yet shown us all that he has in that tank.
Yeah, I really don't know, man. I think he was willing it pretty hard. But here's the thing. I mean, you can't deny that the improvement by the 6 and particularly the 14, who's going to line up 4th here on this restart, those guys really were a lot better in that last run, keeping up with the 3 of Jared Crawford, especially the 14 early on. Man, he was giving him all he could handle early there. This is going to be another short run. I mean, we go back green, we're going to have less than 20 to go, just under 20 to go, rather. So, I mean, this is in the wheelhouse, man. If this thing goes green from here, or even if we have another quick caution and it becomes a sprint, I definitely think there's a few cars in this field that they made the right adjustments on this last stop here. That they could definitely get up there and challenge the 3 in a short stint. Long stint, I think he's got him covered, but now he's not going to get that, so he's going to have to beat him. He's going to have to beat him in a sprint now.
Yeah, absolutely. And one guy that we've talked about him. He's been in the top 5 for most of the race, but really hasn't shown us anything. Is that one of Byron Daly? Now we're down to 20 laps to go. What do you think he's got left in that car?
I don't know, but whenever he's got his time to show it, he's gonna put it on the dash. I'm thinking this is gonna be it's gonna be a lot of guys, man. They're gonna let it go right here. I mean, this is go time. There's the potential that maybe this becomes a situation now where you only get the longest run you get from here may only be 3 laps. I don't want to be mean, but I mean that just happens short track race. This is the way it is. You get down to this many laps, it's go time. You might see some quick caution, so you got to go right now. The mentality is beat the yellow. You know what I mean? Beat the guy in front of you before the yellow comes out. That's going to be the mentality throughout the field. So the pace car's going to get out of the way. The 3 is off again. Look at the start. The 3 gets into 1. My goodness, he's in on the 6 right away. The 1 at Byron Daly's got position down low, going into turn 1, trying to take 2nd away. Brad Mahar is going to try and hang on. Here comes the 14 and Dustin back there behind him. It's going to pick up here, partner. It's about to be business time.
Yeah, it's absolutely business time. Absolutely business time. The 3 did another fantastic job on that restart. Kind of gave him, I wouldn't say necessarily a little bit of a brake check,
contact. But 2 in trouble. Sorry, partner. The 2 goes around. 2's in trouble. I think we stay green. Maybe the lights are out. Not sure yet. Yeah, it looks like the caution is going to be out. The 2 goes around. That's Brandon Schmidt goes for a ride. I think that's the second time we've seen him go for a ride to the picnic down there. He's a big fan of the KOA, but I don't think he's happy about this visit. I think this time maybe he had a little bit of help. I think they might have been 3 wide. Bad boy, did you get a look at that?
Yeah, let's pull this back, guys. We're kind of used to these races kind of ended with some late cautions here. I think it's just the nature of these short tracks. But that 2 car is going to make contact with the 14, going to try and make a move on the outside wall. 15's going to be thought about 3 wide. The 2 car gets 3 wide. The 9 car, just not enough room here, guys. The 9 car, that Monster Energy drink, they just make a little contact coming to the corner here, guys, and the two-car Menards car there is going to take the worst end of that, I'm afraid. And he's going to make an unexpected pit stop, I believe, Jesse.
Yeah, that one could have been scheduled. That definitely wasn't around to get there either. He got the monster mash from the 9. Oh, man, good stuff, though. And, then, like you said, it's short track racing under the lights. There's no laps left to go, which means there's no miles left to go, and you got all kinds of gas and rubber to burn off. It's time to get after it, man, and sometimes things are going to happen. I tell you what, Jared Crawford, he's been the man in these short runs all night long. I don't want to say he's just been a longer guy. I mean, he's led every lap other than EJ staying out under caution. So, I almost think I think he's digging these cautions right now. And I think the pride in him would tell us, if he could speak, he would say, "No, man, I got him covered." And he probably does. Maybe he does, but this is good for him right here, man. These little, because he's dictating the start, and he's been so good at that all night long. Really kind of surprises me. I mean, doesn't he surprise you a little bit, DB? I mean, you would think some of these guys would be able to key on him a little bit. He seems like he's been pretty predictable. He's just been fast. Like, maybe they got everything geared really good.
Well, I've been watching his restarts, and it's been really good, but what he has been doing is he has been varying those restarts just a little bit. Sometimes the pace car will duck in, and he'll just, man it to the floor and pull away from those guys. The next time, maybe he'll just sit there and, hold back just a little bit and check him up a little bit and then go. He's been really good at this tonight, and I tell you, if he's able to keep that up, it's going to be interesting to watch. But I tell you, the 6 and the 1, they've got to be watching this. They've got to be trying to figure out, okay, what is he going to do next?
Absolutely. Tell you what, man. Let's set down to the pit road, man. The boss, man. You've seen side-by-side action, 3 wide. We've seen carnage. We've seen tore up metal down there on pit road, man. You've been huffing the racing fuel all night before you pass out. What do you think of the action you've seen so far, man? How do you like your experience here at ETV, bud?
Oh, it's definitely been great. Been a lot of good racing. Been a lot of diggers here, but a lot of bent sheet metal. But it's been a good race. So I think it's coming down to these last 30 laps. I think it's going to get good.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, it's about to be business time for sure. Is we're going to have a lot of the same players up front that have been here all night behind our leader Crawford. Maybe been switched around a little bit here, but you got, of course, Crawford out there showing the way in the 3-car. Been showing the way all night long. Brad Mahar going to be starting outside of him. Byron Daly in 3rd, Richard Dustin in 4th. Round Ash top 5 is going to be Brian Macklin in 15, who, he's been quiet, and that's one of the guys really. We've said his name a couple times while he was in some action, but that's another guy from Kingpin. You can see it on the back of the car there, Kingpin Motorsports. Tough team, and he's another one of these guys, man, that he could creep up there and be a factor, especially in a short run like this, man. Short track racing, anything can happen, man. I think for sure Macklin might be one they better not go to sleep on.
No, and the other thing that he has going for him is these guys really start to racing hard. I think the 3's kind of been in basically a category of his own, but the 6, the 1, the 14, these 3 guys have been pretty much all over each other all night long, and if they get to really racing hard here, they could take themselves right out of this, and all of a sudden the 15 of Macklin sitting right there in 2nd place, and if this happens early enough, it could eventually, it could involve the 3, and he may be the guy that's sitting there in the best position too.
Yeah, and that's the thing too about as good as Crawford's been all night. He's in this situation where most likely, if the action happens, it's going to happen in this mirror, and that's a good feeling too as a driver. I mean, it's tough. Don't get me wrong. It's tough to be up there leading the race with hungry drivers back there behind you with a lot of talent. But it's also good that most of the wrecks are going to happen behind you instead of in front of you or on top of you. But the pace car, he's going to get out of the way here, man. Look at the 3. You're right, partner. He leaves real early this time. Big jump. He gets on the 6, man. Great start. That leaves the 1 battling with the 14 side-by-side back there for 3rd place.
And once again, this is exactly what I was talking about. The 3 is doing a great job varying his starts each time, not trying to be predictable. And that's giving him the opportunity to jump out there and get out there. I got to give the 6 of Brad Mahar really, a tip of the hat to be as quick to react as he was.
Partner, we've got the 14 and the 15 in big trouble. If we got a caution. I don't know if we got a caution. We're going to have one now. 15 comes back up the track. Brian Macklin comes back up the track, clobbers a few guys. It looks like the 5's going to roll over. We got carnage on the racetrack. The 5 still, now he's back on his tires, looking for the window and had to come down, man. That was a big lick there for the 5. It looks like he's just gonna he's not gonna drop the winner on that, boys. He's gonna drive away. Oh, look, he runs into a guy. He's all discombobulated. Somebody get down there and help him. I think he's got a concussion. Bad boy, did you get that?
Yeah, let's pull this up, guys. Caution again. Thought you said I was going to be able to take it easy tonight, Jesse, but there's a wreck right in front of this 5 car. He's going to try and come through this field here. He's on the outside of the 20, and he just barely gets tapped here, guys.
Yeah, man. The 15 come back up the track, and the 22 goes for a ride too, but the 5, my goodness. He's, I just seen him spit a couple teeth out, man. He's definitely worse for wear. They're going to have to take him to the infield care center and get him checked out. He's got googly eyes right now. Well, back up front here, man, there's no way they're coming down pit road, but that's what we were just talking about, man. The quick caution coming right back out. Now we're going to be looking at less than 10 laps to go when we go back green. My goodness, guys, what do you think now?
I tell you, it's unfortunate that the 14 and the 15 were involved in that. Those were 2 guys I was kind of seeing that I thought maybe had the best chance of really getting up there with the 3 if, he made a mistake. But, but this allows people like Brandon 6 running in 4th place, the 21, Zach Hudson in 5th, the 9, David Comstock sitting here in 6th place. These guys are really coming forward. And, hey, look back there in 7th place, the 23, Jeffrey Parker, our points leader, slowly but surely making his way back to the front of this track.
Yeah, dude, this is like the story of the turtle in the hare, or tortoise in the hare or something. I'm telling you right now. I'm not trying to be mean to the 23 team, but that car was just not very good. That car was not very good, to put it mildly. But Jeffrey Parker has just wheeled himself through these wrecks. He's kept the car clean. He's given as much feedback as he can to his spotter and crew chief to get the adjustments he can to get a little bit better. And, he's not going to go down there. He's not going to burn these guys down up front. He's not going to go blowing by nobody, I don't think. But, my God, that's why he's the points leader, man. I mean, that's championship stuff right there. Take a car that's honestly like 20th out of 24 and fish, or be running up there near the top 5 at the end of the race. Really, really good job.
Hey, Jesse and DB, I got a little trivia question here since we're under caution again here. How many races in a row has it been that we've had a car on its lid here in the B-Class Shootout?
Dude, I'm telling you, just about
everyone.
Yeah, just about everyone, man. We do the turtle shell breakdance here on ATV under the lights, and these boys are partaking weekly for sure, man. At 5, he's definitely a candidate for Slobber Knocker of the Year award, or season award rather. We've seen some big licks, man, but that one was pretty nasty, dude.
I tell you what, that 5 took a digging.
Yeah, for sure. He's knee deep in it right now, man. And they're down there working on it on pit road, and I just seen a tire changer cut a finger off on the shrapnel coming off the fender. So, yeah, he's down. He's down a lot of metal. He's down a crew member's finger now. I think they're probably just going to sit there from pit road, huff the fumes, and watch the rest of this race. Tough break for the 5. They were good at times early. Had a tough break. We kind of weren't really set up for the long run. I'm thinking, man, it was really twitchy. As with quite a few of the cars, man, a lot of these guys tonight, to be honest, even some of the guys who've ran well, the cars have looked pretty sketchy, man. I mean, they've gotten better throughout the race, but, man, these guys have been, as John showed earlier in our leaders on board, Jared Crawford, these guys are, sawing on these wheels tonight. This is not an easy racetrack.
No, it's been really, probably, in my opinion, one of the most difficult races for these guys to drive, just based on what I'm seeing. I mean, I've seen everybody, but maybe, with the exception of maybe the 3, really get their cars out of shape, get them sideways, and I think part of it's with the progressive banking on this racetrack. Obviously, the bottom line has a little bit less banking than the top line, and the transition between them, I think, is where we're seeing some of these guys have problems, what they call the seams. I'm wondering if that may not actually be coming into play. Something we're not used to seeing in sim racing. We see a lot in, the guys that go out there and do this on TV, but we're not used to seeing that so much in sim. But I'm wondering if they, that iRacing didn't do such a great job that actually does come into play.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, they seems dangerous. So I would try and stay away from those. I think you're absolutely right. There's a little shark-infested strip there, right there, 3/4 way up the track, and you're going to want to try and keep keep your right rear off and coming out of them corners because she can get away from you for sure. But you know what? These dudes, man, they're going to use it up right here. We're going to be going green. The lights are out. About to go green, probably for the final time. We'll see. if a caution should come out in like 2 laps, we may get a restart, but this should be the last restart of the race. So keep your eye on the 3 and see if he can get away again. He's going to get another big jump. The 6 gets caught sleeping. Brad Mayhar gets caught sleeping a little bit. He's going to pull down in front of the 1. He's going to shut the door on Byron Daly. And we got 1 in the grass back towards the back. Not sure who that is, but we're going to keep our attention up towards the front right now. See what kind of challenge the 6 Brad Mayhar can make. Is now Byron Daly catching the challenge from the 17 of Brandon 6 on the outside line. Brandon 6 trying to go by and take 3rd.
Yeah, I gotta say, the 6, as he gets the wall off of turn 4, the 6 of Brad Mayhar better be happy that this wasn't NASCAR officiating this race, because that probably would have given the 6 a little bit of a penalty by changing lanes before he got to the start-finish line.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right, partner. You know what? I'm watching the 16 of EJ O'Rourke. He's moving his way forward. The 22 gets a wiggle outside. We got 1 in trouble. The 14 goes for a big wobble down the inside of the track. The 14 makes a fantastic save there on the front stretch. That can't be the way he planned it. Maybe he was searching for a little extra grip. Not sure, but that's not a line I've seen tonight. He's still digging, man. Look at him go.
Oh, big! Oh, big!
Big wreck. Oh, the 18
again.
18 again.
Not 20.
And it happens. Look, it happens in the mirror of the 23. The 22 wheelbarrows, the 18. Oh, Armando Vargas has had a tough night. Bad boy, did you see that? I believe that's strike number 4 for Armando.
Yeah, he's having a really rough night here. In fact, this might all happen way in front of them guys. The car gets really loose. That might have checked them up. 18's on the inside. There's a car in the middle, car out on the outside here, guys. They're going to come off this corner, and I believe you're just going to see them run out of space here. Actually, the 22, 18 slides up in front of the 22. 22 says, I got enough of that, and gives them a nice little bump and throws that 18 car right into the wall, guys.
Yeah, it looked like the 22 said, you want to be in front of me with a few laps to go with this kind of run? Are you sure? and he let him know that wasn't a very good idea. And you know what? I think that's going to be it, guys. I don't think we're going to get a restart. I believe we're going to finish behind the pace car. And I don't know that there's any controversy here as far as this win. I think Jared Crawford, he sat on the pole. He led virtually every single lap, both under green and caution. I don't know that there was going to be anything different whether this thing stayed green or not, man. He was definitely the class. So, attaboy to Jared Crawford. He makes ETV history right here on Friday Night Official B-Car Showdown. He's your first 2-time winner and your first back-to-back winner, as he won 2 weeks ago in top split coverage at Richmond. So, short track killer, partner. Short track killer here in Jared Crawford, man. Look out.
Yeah, he came in with a purpose tonight. There was no question in his mind that he was going to go out here and win this race, and he did it in absolutely dominating fashion. Right now we're at lap 128. He's led 126 of those 128 laps. The only guy to lead laps tonight besides himself was EJ O'Rourke under caution flag. Stayed out to get a couple of laps led, which is probably going to help him out, but overall, I have been really, really impressed with that 3 car tonight. I don't think anybody out here had anything for him.
Yeah, no, he was very, very strong, and these guys did make a valiant effort. This was a great race, marred by some late race cautions, but short track racing under lights, you got to come. Sometimes you got to come to expect that nature of the beast. But this was a fantastic race, man. Some guys put some really good runs tonight. How about the first interview? We talked to him earlier in the race. Zach Hudson, man, he was sitting back around in 11th or 12th at the time. Car didn't look that great, but look at him. He works his way all the way up in the top 5. He's going to wind up 5th place in the 21 car. So good deal for him, for sure. EJ O'Rourke, man, he is another one that had a tough go. Ends up, he's going to be 11th. Jeffrey Parker, our points leader, coming in. Had Armando Vargas getting in front of him and drive away from him all night, but then he would get in a wreck. It was a recurring theme. It ends in that pattern. Armando Vargas is going to wind up 14th place, and Jeffrey Parker is going to finish 9th. Those guys, and David Cater, he's going to finish 19th. Those are your top 3 in points coming in that order. So, they just... Vargas stretches it over Cater a little bit, and Jeffrey Parker's going to stretch his points over both of them. So, great night for that team, even though the car was not where they wanted it. The night's going to go to Jared Crawford, but the point battle continues to be in Jeffrey Parker's hands.
Yeah, and I'm looking over here at the number of pit stops that were made, and I'm impressed. I really am impressed because the 3 there of Jared Crawford actually made one less pit stop than everybody else behind him here tonight, and was still able to win this race.
That's right, and all the excitement, I had forgotten that, partner. There was that one time he stayed out. Him and EJ were the only 2 to stay out, remember? And of course, we seen that didn't work out too well for EJ O'Rourke, who did a good job, classy job getting to the back without hurting anybody. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The 3 of Jared Crawford continue to lead laps despite having a little bit older tires than the rest of them guys. So yeah, outstanding, and it's a very good win, and that's it. It's official. That was just lead across in the stripe right there for the final time behind the pace car. He's going to drive ahead of that car. Now he's got a car with lights behind him. How about that? Pace car's trying to pull him over. Everybody trying to pull him over all night, but it ain't going to happen. The 3 of Jared Crawford, man, he's been the man for sure. And you better look out for this guy anywhere, but short track racing under the lights, that seems to be when this monster comes to life. He's got the 14 going to come down and give him a little bit of victory rub right there. 14 was his best competition all night, but Richard Dustin, after that slide, he's going to end up, looks like he moves up to 5th. Something happened there as they crossed the line. Somebody passed somebody and got a black flag, it looks like. And now we got guys wrecking post-race. Oh, it's going down here in Iowa. Real quick, while we watch the 3, Jared Crawford burn him down, do his thing. Let's look forward to next week, man. Dover in the second split coverage. Monster Mile. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be wild racing action there next week too. What do you think, partner?
Oh, the Monster Mile itself coming out here, I tell you what, I am looking forward to that race. That always provides some really fun racing. It's one of those racetracks that you guys can run side by side, but you got to know exactly what it is you're doing.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's definitely touch and go. Just like this one can be tough. You can run side by side, but it can be a little sketchy. And another track that is very good for cars catching air. So we can probably expect to see a couple of them on their lid next week for sure. Real quick, I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut the commercial break. We're going to see if we can dig up some interviews here of our top finishers. If not, we'll come back and conclude the show. But we'll be right back after these messages. All right, welcome back to conclusion here, race fans. We don't have any of our top finishers here to interview tonight, so we're going to bring this thing to a close. Once again, congratulations to Jared Crawford, the 3-car, our first 2-time winner, back-to-back top split winner. As I mentioned right before the commercial break, we're going to be going next week covering the second split. We're going to be going to Dover, Monster Mile. Oh, my goodness, look out. And then 2 weeks from tonight, at the same time, 6:30 in the west, 9:30 in the east, we're going top split racing in Michigan. Oh, man. So we're going to go from 2 short tracks to a big fast track with a lot of room to race. All kinds of carnage, man. So look out for that in a couple weeks. Want to say thank you to everybody tuning in. I hope you guys all enjoyed the show. For my partners down there on pit road, that's the boss, man, Brandon Atkins. And up here in the booth with me, as always, David, the Big Mouth Bass, the legendary one, Bad Boy, working the cameras out there, bringing us all the action from all them angles, man. Thanks for all that. And I'm the Outlaw Jesse James, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you right here next week on ETV.